Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful talk. I had a question. Somebody asked me this morning, and I would like to hear from you also. If we are, say, chanting in the morning every day, and the mind keeps going somewhere else, and we start finding new things that we are supposed to complete, we always feel that there's a fear that, we cannot do this. It's very hard. The whole process is very hard. How do we continue on the process?
I recommend joining a group that chants. We have a group here on Saturday morning that you can be part of from Zoom. If you can't drive over here on a Saturday morning by around 6:15 in the morning, you can watch it on Zoom, like Subhadra does. She's in San Diego. She's at the top right there. But she's always there. And she attends everything. And if you can come in and sit, who's part of the japa circle sometimes? There's a lot of us here. Come and sit in the japa circle. You watch it on Zoom. For young people, we have a program on Wednesdays. It's called Japa Jolt. Still working on the logo, messing around with it, but the byline is Feel the Jolt. And we just spend around 50 minutes total. It's been a group of maybe 20 that come on there. We talk a little bit about the philosophy behind chanting. And lately we've had a way of starting our chanting by repositioning ourselves, which I just had the urge to do when I said that. And it's subtle. So if we can be mindful when we do the practice, one of the ways that we start is by remembering that we're conscious beings within a physical body. And just by remembering that, there's a sense of purification. Purification means many of those ideas that we have that have to be somewhere else can be quelled to a certain point when you start by positioning yourself. And then we also say a sankalpa. Sankalpa means make a statement of why you're chanting, about why you're chanting. You're very deliberately doing it. This is ready, aim. Yeah, that's gotten to Silicon Valley. Let's try it again. Ready, aim. And many people do ready, fire, and you try to come back and aim it later. But if you start your chanting with ready, aim, get yourself situated. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Make your statement. And clear your mind of any of these ideas. Give yourself permission to be fully present for the chanting. For instance, if you have a cell phone, does anybody here have a cell phone? If it's on when you're chanting, and it doesn't matter if it's in Portland, Oregon, or Texas, it's going to call to you. So try turning it off. Try turning off anything that has an on-off switch that could go off while you're there. And also, I highly recommend getting a little sign that says, do not disturb. I carry them with me wherever I go. So when I'm on the road, sometimes I'll be at an ashram somewhere, people want to talk to me, so I'll put my do not disturb sign on the door. Otherwise, I'll be doing my practice and tap, tap, tap. And if I open the door, hey! You don't want that when you're doing japa. Fortify yourself. That's why people go to ashrams. Some people go sit in a closet so nobody knows where they are. If you're very deliberate about it, get yourself positioned. Start off like that. And plan ahead. Tell everybody in your family, if that's applicable, that I need this time for complete focus. And then start off with the Panchatattva mantra, which goes Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktamin. These are, well, in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, this is known as a mantra that helps clear the way. There it is up there. You can get a copy of it later from our booth over here. It helps clear the way for chanting the Maha Mantra. So first thing is, turn off everything. Make sure you're in a safe space where nobody can bother you. That way of being deliberate is very helpful in focusing your mind. Then start with identifying yourself as a soul. You can say it out loud. We have the prayers. You can take them with you. It's a paragraph that you say that I'm not really this body. I'm a spirit soul. I just happen to be in the body. Then you make your intention. Why am I chanting? And then you chant this mantra, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. And from that starting place, beginning with listening to the sound of the mantra as it comes to your ears, you just imagine that you're pouring something in your ears. And then you have to practice while you're chanting what's called EMC. It's called extended mental concentration. Our minds mold to whatever kind of practice we're doing now. So if you know what TikTok is, and you've looked at it, your mind has already developed a proclivity for looking at 1-second videos. And it wants to move on, so it gets trained like that. The good news is there's neuroplasticity. And this is something that Patanjali Muni talks about in the psychology of yoga, that you can train your mind. The yogi trains his or her mind to be able to concentrate for longer periods. So one of the practices that you can try, or whomever is asking the question can try, is to hear one full mantra of the Hare Krishna mantra. That is, there's two parts. It goes like this: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's one part. Second part, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And if you conceptualize that as a bridge, and you think, let me cross that bridge and get to the other side. And once you get there, then see if you can do it again. And you can practice focusing your mind on the words of the mantra and see, can I go all the way through one mantra and be fully focused on that mantra? Then see if you can extend your concentration to 2 mantras. Do you think you could do it? You may think so, but it's really hard. Close your eyes, and to yourself, it's not out loud, but just say, actually just in your mind, see the Maha Mantra, and see if you can do one full Maha Mantra in your mind without slipping off and going somewhere else. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, sit up straight, have an alert mind, and I'll count down from 3, and then try it. You can go slow, medium, fast, whatever you like, but see if you can do one full Maha Mantra and focus on it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now try it again, but don't say anything. Keep your lips sealed. Just in your mind, see if you can cross one full Maha Mantra without going anywhere else. 3, 2, 1. Okay, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Come back. A very deep meditation here. You have to practice. It's not willy-nilly. It's not sit down next to your phone. It's not sit and watch television. It's not have other things to do at the same time. Fix the drapery or attend to or eat or anything else. But if you practice this extended mental concentration on the mantra, and if you can do one mantra, then you can muster the courage to do 2. And you'll notice that your mind starts to feel satisfied. So the reason a lot of people are afraid to chant is they think it won't satisfy me. What will satisfy me is the mode of passion, because I'm used to the mode of passion. Mode of passion is TikTok, or IG, or FB, or whatever the social media things, whatever trains your mind, it's in rajas, and it's moving, it's distraction, and your mind gets used to that. There's neuroplasticity, and it gets into that mode, and it wants to keep being stimulated. In fact, I saw a bumper sticker recently that said, seek constant distraction. And that's the mode of passion. I just want to be distracted, because there's an oppression from my own mind saying, you've got so many things to do, you're never going to catch up. And besides that, some of the people you call are going to diss you, you're going to feel terrible about yourself. And there's this looming fear that I can't handle it. And therefore, just like, I'll disappear into the oblivion of distraction. So this is the opposite. It's a practice. You have to start off with the intention and the understanding. The intention is, I'm going to be fully present, and I'm going to practice heavy lifting, extended mental concentration, and I'm going to be there for the holy name and keep getting back on the bridge. Even though I'm going to fall off, I'm going to keep practicing. Then the mind starts to rise into a higher mode, and it seeks that sense of satisfaction. It starts to get into sattva gun. And then you just want to be there. You don't want to be in distraction. When you see distraction, you feel, ooh, I don't want that. I know that the end result is more anxiety. And as we're chanting more in the mode of goodness and focusing the mind, then we're going to start feeling the effect of the transcendental nature of the name of Krishna. And that's when we really get traction. So we have to get beyond the stage of chanting where we're doing it as a perfunctory activity. Perfunctory means I'm just doing it to do it, just to finish it. It has to be fully focused. And that's why the teaching is there from Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that you have to be attentive. Otherwise, all the other wheels that can come off from your chanting will come off if you're not attentive. And then there's a way that you go to the ocean, you look in and say, I didn't see anything, there's nothing there. It's because you didn't take the right tools to look down into the ocean to be able to see what's really there. So there's an ocean full of jewels that we can access, but we have to be real yogis. Japa is hard, but it's not so hard that we can't do it. And the benefit is that it's hard in the beginning, but then it becomes more and more pleasurable. And then we want to do it more and more. And we want to stay in that state of extended mental concentration, and we start to feel the light that comes from the holy name. And all the benefits flow into our life from there.